in today's video, we will be actually talking about the monthly close, which is super important because the monthly close can actually give us a lot of information on how February is going to be as a month in terms of price action. If we're going to have a bit of a retracement is super healthy for the cryptocurrency space. So for BTC USD, the thing is, here we've had a massive price rally. I mean, you guess everyone has experienced it since back in March 2020. We've had more or less just green months all along. We've had a bit of a dip in June 20 and as well in September of 2020. But apart from that, we've just been skyrocketing from the lows of $3,880 and now at $40,824 at the peak. In my opinion, at the moment, the bull run has more or less not exactly topped out, but I believe we're going to be seeing a retracement in February. And what I'd really like to see is maybe a bounce up from the 29,000 US dollar level. And if we don't manage to bounce off of that, it's possible that we retrace maybe back to 25,000 US dollars. So that's possible. I don't think we're actually going to touch the 20,000 US dollar range because I'm pretty sure a lot of buyers are going to be putting their buy orders around that price point. And I think the BTC price is just going to skyrocket from, if it touches like 25,000, then we're probably going to be bouncing off of that over the next 1 to 2 months. Well, that's going to be fantastic for altcoins. As long as BTC is trading sideways, then the altcoins can rally pretty well. Should we drop, then it's possible that the altcoins will suffer temporarily. They'll be losing in value, but in the long scheme of things, that also opens up the opportunity for a much larger altcoin cycle to continue. So if you've been thinking about accumulating, maybe February is going to be your time to be able to buy some dips. February is going to be a bit of a not boring month, but more of a sideways month for BTC. But it's going to be super great for ETH as well as ADA and other coins. Dodge probably, and I think ETH USD is definitely looking a lot better than BTC USD, since at the moment ETH USD is pretty undervalued compared to BTC USD. So the ETH BTC ratio is pretty low, and that what I want to see now for ETH USD, we've got the monthly close, and I really want the monthly close to be above the open of the last all-time high open and close. So the last all-time high open and close one was on in January 2018, where actually ETH topped out at $1,436, but the open, so the close of the 1st of January 2018 was at 1,122. So as long as the current monthly close is above 1,122, that's going to be super bullish for ETH. It's possible that we do dip down again. So what I would be looking at to maybe accumulate, as I don't believe we're going to just straight up shoot past the resistance. There's a very strong resistance at $1,576. So what I'm going to be looking at is the current level, which would be 1,105. So what I'd really like is if the price should dip back down, it might even go lower than 1,105, but I really want February to close above 105. And that would place us on a really good bouncing board to then jump past the resistance or try and tackle it at least. I believe it's possible that we're going to have to tackle this resistance at $1,552 a few times before we manage to break past. And when we manage to break past, then we enter into open territory, which is going to be super interesting to see where that brings us. Should we have then the same price increase as BTC did, that would bring us to around $3,300, which is pretty awesome. And in my opinion, ETH definitely has quite of an edge compared to BTC, because ETH is basically an ecosystem that allows many different users to use financial applications to increase their position, to trade, to benefit from high yields. And BTC doesn't really offer that. So the only way that you can make money with BTC is by trading or holding BTC. On the Ethereum blockchain, you've got so many different opportunities to actually increase your wealth. And I think as soon as more people realize what ETH and the Ethereum blockchain is, where they're going to start flocking to Ethereum. So in my opinion, ETH is just at the beginning of its rally, and BTC just had its rally. Now the interesting thing is also, if you look at the way that the rally actually worked for ETH and BTC during 2017, for BTC, its peak was actually on the 17th of December 2017, and then it dropped down. So basically here in January 2018, it actually dropped pretty low. So it dropped down to, I think, around $6,000 in February 2018. So I believe there's going to be the similar thing in 2020. BTC is going to drop pretty low. However, ETH is going to be thriving during that time. So when BTC drops, ETH typically thrives. So here, if you remember, BTC was super low, but now ETH in 2018, it was super high. And I believe the same thing is going to happen in 2020, that when BTC is going to have its correction in February, Ethereum is going to thrive and then tackle some new all-time highs. Probably not around the $10,000 range. It would be beautiful, but probably around the $3,000 range. I don't think it's going to manage to get that in February. I think $2,000, $2,500 is definitely realistic price target for ETH at the end of February. That's the most profitable way to participate in the market. Other USD, I think other USD, it's a bit dangerous at the moment to look at technical analysis, and that's because the fundamentals at the moment are super bullish for Cardano, and for that reason, I think it's important to just hodl your position and put some price targets where you want to exit a small portion to make sure that you take some profits. So I would definitely be taking a little bit of profit, probably around 49 cents. And then I'll also be looking at 68 cents. And then after, I'll also be looking at $1.28. I'm not going to be selling everything, of course, but I really like to take a little bit of profit along the way to make sure that I've got the highest amount of average selling price. Now here, what I'd really like this monthly close, we've got probably a few more hours. I definitely want to close above this resistance at 33 cents. So as long as we close above that resistance, that's going to be pretty bullish. It doesn't mean that the price is going to drop a lot lower. It could. I mean, it could go back down temporarily to the 30 cents, which is another support level. But in my opinion, the support and the fundamentals for Cardano are pretty strong for February. A lot of new stuff should come out. You've got the Goguen update, you've got the KVM, the Yele, a lot of other things. So Charles is also super bullish about it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Coinbase actually also starts listing Cardano either this month or next month. I wouldn't be surprised about that. So definitely don't look too much on the technical analysis side of things for Cardano, because the fundamentals are super important, and you definitely don't want to like try and time the market. Definitely don't try and time the market. It's the best way to get wrecked. I can only go on the fundamentals and believe it's bullish, but you never really know what kind of things and events can happen in February. It's possible that there's a black swan event, the stock market crashes or something similar, and it brings the whole cryptocurrency market down. So you should be aware of that. So let's look at XRP US. The fundamentals at the moment are not that great concerning the SEC there's a bit of uncertainty on what's going to actually happen with XRP and Ripple company in the near future. So that's going to be really interesting to see what's going to happen. Now, the reason for this pump today, and basically the XRP community is not actually calling it a pump and dump, but it's a pump and hold, since the whole stuff that happened with GME and Wall Street bets. Basically, there's quite a few communities that decided they want to do the same thing with their token. So there's the XRP community that decided, all right, we're going to pump this token on February 1st. And of course, if everyone knows that other people are going to pump the token on February 1st, what they do, well, they buy the token to be ready for the pump on February 1st. And that's probably the reason why the price increased so much yesterday and today. Now, I'm going to be giving you maybe a little bit of advice on how to trade these markets, especially with XRP USD. It's going to be very dangerous, especially if you haven't accumulated or you don't have a position since the 20 cents, 25 cents range. So I don't recommend going into XRP, the current levels. It's possible that it pumps a lot more, but if you get caught into one of these massive red dildos, then it's going to be a bad day for you. So if you don't already have a position, then I'd stay away from it. It's really risky. But I mean, if you just want to gamble a bit, then definitely go for it. However, if you've already got an XRP position, what I'd recommend that you do is maybe think about selling a bit of your position during the pump, either this evening or tomorrow. In my opinion, I believe it's gonna go like this. Before the deadline for the pump in the Telegram group, I believe the Telegram group has something like 140,000 P users, and I believe people are going to be buying XRP onto this pump that should happen. And you should basically be anticipating a dump after the time that the pump should occur, because I believe the price will skyrocket to, I don't know, maybe 70 cents or 80 cents. I believe it's possible that it goes up to the 65 cents, maybe even higher, but it's going to be a tough call. So what you should do if you've already got a position in XRP is definitely start placing your limit sell orders to make sure that you've got a high average selling price, because all of these pumps, they always end in dumps. You got a very good example with Dogecoin. The massive 10,000% increase in the matter of 2 or 3 days. I'm not sure that we're going to have 1,000% increase with XRP, but I won't be surprised if we do like reach the 80 cents or 90 cents range, because a lot of shorts get squeezed. So that's going to be interesting. Definitely place your limit sell orders, like maybe 10 cents apart, to make sure that you get a good average selling price. It's better that you exit with a bit of profit than just hodl and then the price drops again. Since the fundamentals haven't changed, you have to keep that in mind. The fundamentals haven't changed at all. So to answer the question, should you buy XRP? No, you should not buy XRP at the current price, since it's super risky. The fundamentals are just terrible, and the probability that you get wrecked after tomorrow is super high. Yeah, that's basically it. Let's quickly look at Doge USD. I think this is pretty fun that a lot of TikTok users actually jumped on the Doge USD train. I mean, so many people made a lot of money, and probably those that have no clue about crypto, no clue about what Doge actually is, well, they basically got wrecked. I believe Mia Khalifa actually bought at 0.08 cents, and it's got now a massive bag of Doge. I wouldn't even be surprised if Doge actually goes up to, I don't know, like number 10 on CoinMarketCap or even higher, since a lot of people are buying it even though they have no clue what it's about. So yeah, here definitely a pretty cool way to get wrecked if you've got some money to throw away. But yeah, I think most people have missed the train kudos to you if you manage to buy somewhere around 0.009 and you manage to get out somewhere around 0.08. But this is basically the perfect example of what a pump and dump looks like. Many back holders, they end up with massive losses. Those that sold all the way up, well, they've got massive gains. But like any massive price increase, you never really know where it's going to stop. So I think another project that is pretty interesting to follow in 2021 is Sushi Swap, especially since Uniswap is doing phenomenally in terms of price action. I think Sushi Swap is going to perform pretty well in 2021 as well. Yeah, Alex Saunders has been right all along. He was backing Sushi Swap since early beginnings, and now it's a massive unicorn, up 2,400% in 90 days. And I don't think it's going to stop, because the revenue that Sushi Swap is generating is pretty massive. And that's a very good estimate. If a DeFi app is earning a lot of revenue, well, the token is probably going to earn also increase in value. And the same is with Uniswap. Uniswap is like earning massive amounts of revenue, and that also explains why Uniswap had a massive price increase. Yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about the Uniswap airdrop tokens that I sold, I think at $4. Instead of just holding onto them, had I just kept my Uniswap tokens, it would be worth, I think, $15,000 at the current price. But yeah, I mean, you never really get the best trades ever. As long as you make profit, you should be happy with it. You can't really think about what you could have done, because yeah, it's the best way to be unhappy. But yeah, I'm not really bothered by my lost possible gains. In the end, it was free money. So yeah, I can't really complain about that. I think what is very, very interesting to keep an eye on is the US dollar index chart, because this is going to give you a very good insight into what the assets, cryptocurrencies are going to be doing in February. And basically the DXY dollar currency index chart basically shows how the US dollar is performing towards other assets. And here it's going into a reversal. So as long as it's going down, basically all the other assets are gaining in value. And when the US dollar increases from there, so it's got this support line at 89. When it increases, basically other assets lose in value. That would mean, of course, BTC would lose in value, and many cryptocurrency projects would lose in value. So this might just be a temporary. The only reason why BTC, ETH, and other cryptocurrencies should like continue the massive bull run that is happening at the moment is if US dollar would lose even more in value and break past this support line. So that would be very devastating, especially for the US economy. Now, with corrections, what I think is pretty cool is that some coins with fantastic fundamentals, they very often manage to keep the current price that they've got, and then they increase in BTC or ETH valuation. So hopefully Cardano is one of those, as well as other super promising altcoins. Yeah, when BTC loses massively in value and those manage to stay more or less in the same US dollar price range, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I think this is interesting that the net worth volume, this is basically USDC, that is waiting on the sidelines, possibly because either larger investors, they're feeling that the market has exhausted a little bit and they're waiting to buy a dip. And that's one of my main reasons why BTC is not going to be dropping below 25k, because I believe starting at 26, even below 29k, investors are going to be like flocking back into BTC. That's why I believe it's not going to be dropping below 25k anytime soon. So this is going to be super interesting. Well, yeah, I think let's quickly tackle a super interesting macro topic, and that's about silver. The Wall Street bets thing with GME and the short squeeze. I'm not going to go into that too much, but I think this is very important to know, and that is that silver is being massively shorted. And if the internet, many different communities, you've got 4chan, you've got Wall Street Bets and many other people, they start buying silver in massive quantities, where that could cause a crazy short squeeze. Many different banks, many different institutions and hedge funds are massively shorting silver. So that would be crazy. So the thing is, no matter what happens with silver squeeze, a lot of younger people are for the first time informing themselves that metals are the only true real money. That realization sticks for life, even when squeezes end. This is a red pill moment for many, and it's beautiful. So I think you should be looking at the silver squeeze hashtag on Twitter, since it's probably not going to be just a Wall Street Bets type of thing, but something in a much larger scale. However, if different communities manage to pull this off, this is going to have a massive effect on our current economy. So here, as we noted below, the premium for physical silver has soared late Friday and into Saturday after the massive flows into silver. But as Sunday rolled around, billion dealers are now facing massive shortages of physical coins. I think this is also a pretty good indicator that something crazy is going to be happening in the markets. Not only, I'm not talking about the cryptocurrency market, but possibly the stock market. I mean, the current stock market is more or less a fake growth powered by money printing. I believe a crash is going to happen in the next month, 2 months. And yeah, people are looking for a super safe hedge, and silver is one of the good assets to buy as a hedge against the financial crisis. So you're going to be interesting to see what 2021 is going to bring to us. I don't imagine that the stock market is going to increase as massively as it did in 2020. There's going to be a correction, and then when this correction happens, it's going to destroy a lot of hedge funds. I've got a lot of videos lined up for February. I'm sure you're going to find those interesting. I just recorded a video before about 8 coins that are super undervalued that are running on Polkadot, or basically the Polkadot ecosystem. I've been digging into those projects, and I've got a list of pretty interesting projects I'd like to share with you. I've also got some super interesting Ethereum fundamentals that I'll be sharing with you. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. I've got a lot of stuff lined up. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good one. Enjoy your Sunday evening, and yeah, take care. Bye-bye.